So anyway, we were talking about earlier the Scooby Doo Olympics thing. It was called the Laugh Olympics.
Oh, that's
Laugh
hilarious.
Olympics, and it consisted of 3 teams. You had the first team that was with Scooby Doo, and his team was called the Scooby Doobies. And then you had the second team that was the captain of that team was Yogi Bear, and it was the Yogi Yahoos.
Oh, and then you had the white guy who didn't know it was time to put up the black powers.
Yeah. And then the third team, which was the Really Rottens, and they were all the villains. And the team captain was Mumbly.
Ooh.
Part of the wacky racers.
Yeah.
And
wacky as hell.
You had like all kinds of people on the team, man. You had like for like the Really Rottens, had Mumbly and Dread Baron and Dinky Delton and Dirty Delton and then Dashly Delton.
And then Charles Grodin turns to the camera and goes, "And me."
Yeah. And, the Yogi Yahoos had Yogi Bear, Booby Bear, Cindy Bear, Huckleberry Hound, Pixie Dixie.
All right, it's going to be a
anyway,
starring And Me.
And Me.
All right, so post-game Houston come away with a win.
Yes.
That's worth 3 points for all of you who are keeping score.
It was a very entertaining game.
Yeah, that was fun.
It was a fun game. I think nonstop action back and forth.
Yeah.
A little bit of heatedness going on.
There was some pushing. Definitely like the blackest guy and the whitest guy on the field were pushing each other.
They were.
I'm the only one who brought that up, so don't worry.
I feel like
I'm the only one who brought that to the table.
I feel like number 17, I think that's the Alpha. Ellis. He I don't think he was expecting Brad Smith to be that intense of a defender.
Yeah, also I don't think he was counting on having to be a defender himself.
No, and they talked about that too.
From the tape, he should have known better about that.
Yeah, I think he probably thought that Brad Smith would be no problem, but Brad Smith took him to school.
That boy is fast.
Yes, he
Holy
is.
Shit.
We had a little trouble at the beginning because we couldn't get our strength to work. Because thank you, Joe TV.
Yeah, it's weird to pay for stuff and then have to like circumvent it and go through like really odd quasi-legal channels.
And then I think it came from a corner to then nothing, then to Rodan, who just fucking nailed it.
Yeah, them big Alonzo type plays. I know that Rodan's his own player, and I watched the interview where they talked about this, but there's certain things that we're all looking for someone to do on the Sounders, and if little brother's not going to be there to do them, then Monster Zero is going to have to step in and do them.
And he's doing a great job of it, that's for sure.
Yeah, Rodan's good. We'll go back to them old recordings before we bother to stream this, and then we'll pull out us screaming drunk in a car about Rodan and Kovar.
I miss Kovar.
Yeah. Sure. I hope he better be doing something on LA. They better be putting that. Someone needs to put him on a goddamn soccer field.
Yep.
That kid in his weird little T-Rex arms. He's good. He's really good.
Then unfortunately Rodriguez went down and he was hurt. I'm not sure exactly what I don't know exactly what they said. I don't know. I don't catch it.
I believe we were having streaming problems at the moment. We were still working that out. And I don't enjoy taking any sort of joy in Rodriguez getting hurt, but it's what gets Ship in the damn game.
Yeah, Ship came in for him and it was still it was good.
Yeah, man. So we did a lot of good stuff in the first half. We were doing our linking 1 and 2 touch passes, and while it wasn't the best thing going on in the first half, we at least weren't doing nothing.
And we got our heads up a lot, and we're trying to make runs and trying to get space. And sometimes the passes didn't go through, but you could tell, even if the passes didn't make it the way they were supposed to, you could tell that we knew what we were doing and where we needed it to go and what we wanted the play to be.
Yeah.
It just unfortunately either the ball didn't have enough power on it or had too much power or a Houston player got in between.
But we were building up good attacks off of 1 and 2 touch passes, which is what makes soccer fun to watch.
Yes, and a fantastic run by Delim out of the back, beating the whole bunch of their players.
Yeah,
he just was just dodging, weaving, going through them.
They were waiting for him to put a through pass in. He was like, "No, I'm going."
But unfortunately, the guy he passed to didn't put his heel through the ball.
Yeah, there's a guy who gets tired and he doesn't push his heel through with the ball, and there's just there's just times when certain Sounders need to learn how to play normal basic soccer when they're not being the most fantastic thing ever.
Yeah.
Fair enough. We did fall prey to some give and goes.
We absolutely did. We luckily Houston was not the best at finishing their balls.
No, they weren't.
So that saved us a lot. If we were playing against a team that could finish better, we probably would have went down like 3 goals. We'd probably been down like 3 goals probably.
Yeah, because there were some times where we did not cover up, and it looked kind of like a few of those highlight plays we saw were like plenty of Houston crashed,
yes,
but not enough of the defense crashed. And luckily, like you're saying, it did not it did not pan out for them. I saw a few instances of stuff I don't like to see, which is Ladero running to where another player is to either get the ball from them or to intercept a pass from them that they could have gotten and turned and made a pass with.
Also, we weren't marking all of our guys. Their best scorer got the ball off of a corner and should have had the header. Should have had the header in the back of the net. Would have equalized the game, made it into a completely different game. But he aimed down, and the ball just went down and then straight up.
You're never going to see that last second of the header, man. Your brain is too smart and knows how to keep you alive too much to let you keep your eyes open while a ball hits you in the face. So,
and Houston connected their passes. You know, doing a little messed up.
They're
stuff
a good team.
Yeah,
they're a good team. I'm glad that they are up there in this conference and in the league and stuff.
Houston is a good team. They have multiple players. They work together. They know how they can do the 1-2 passes. They're not a team like there's a lot of other teams in this side of the conference that have one player and it's get the ball to that one player.
They did some good swinging the ball too. They did some good crossing the field and switching sides and stuff like that. And when teams can do the kind of things we do effectively, I don't like it at all.
No, sir.
At all.
No, sir.
We had I'll save the Rui Diaz thing for later on. That was a funny thing. We had and I welcome anybody to get into a shoving match or just a like a brute force match against Roldan. I know Roldan doesn't fancy himself a tough guy, but anytime somebody doesn't release the ball or doesn't try to like outspeed him and decides that they're gonna like shoulder to shoulder knock him away,
it's not a good day for them.
It's not. It doesn't work out.
He will manhandle you on that field, no problem. He's done it multiple times. I don't know why people say, "Hey, watch out for this guy," because he is a lot tougher than he looks. I guess that's what I just don't think that he's a pushover or something. But that dude,
I don't know. It seems to be one of his defining characteristics, if you ask me. But people want to get in there. Since I'm the one who talks the most shit about Ladero, I will give him that was a fantastic shot.
It sure was.
He took a really good top spin shot that hit the crossbar, and
if he could have just got a little bit more spin on it, I think that thing would have been able to go in.
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
A little bit more. You just needed just a little dab more, and that would have been beautiful.
We have Morris. He ended up coming out. Spoilers. But Morris, especially in the first half and the second half, but especially in the first half, he put in a shift, as old Hercules Gomez would say.
He sure was.
He put in a shift. He put his heart into it.
He was doing some good defense work. He was running for the ball. He had some good chance. He had a good header chance, that just a little too much over. And he was definitely being like, I deserve to be on this team.
He was getting touches on the ball. He was making good passes, making good decisions. He was making runs. He had that header. He missed a few shots, missed a few hits, but so did everybody else. And those will fall when they fall. But the point is, he was at the points where he needed to be for those passes, for those runs, because you're not going to get the ball to fall if you don't get to the spot where you need to be.
Right. You know what's I like? I really like seeing Kiki and Leardom doing a little offense stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
That stuff is really cool. It shows really good teamwork on their part to get up there and not just play defense, but get it there and do some offense stuff and really throw off the other team because they're not expecting that.
I like that we have a team that is goal dangerous. That's good. I like not being the team that has to rely on one or two people to put the ball in the back of the net. I like that we move people up the field. I like that we do crazy time.
Mm-hmm.
So the first half, good.
Yeah.
First half was good. There was some downtime we saw and some other bullshit, but overall, we put in a good effort. Houston put in a good effort.
Yeah.
Man, I have never seen someone who should be named Guillermo more than Houston's coach. Every time I see that man, they say his name, and I'm like, no, that's a Guillermo.
Ship had a really nice shot.
Yeah, he did.
He did the right thing too. He was near their box, and instead of doing the pass like he could have, he took the shot himself, which I think was a good decision because I think it just would have been blocked. They would have got in there. They were pretty much covering us pretty hard.
It was a beautiful hit.
Yeah.
I think it was, like you said, it's the right decision, and that goalie made a good save, man. He got out there. He did. And man, Ship.
Yeah, and
I'm happy when Ship has the ball. When Ship has the ball, I have confidence that something good is going to happen, or at least if it's screwed up, it won't be one of those like really terrible pass the ball right in front of your goal to somebody from the other team.
That dude plays really good soccer.
Really good, just solid work he puts in.
Yep.
And today as well, Jordy
Lim, he put in his shift as well.
He did. He played a very strong game. He did the same thing that we were just saying about Ship. And a lot of people did this today, but they don't get the spotlight, especially Delem, as much as he probably should. And plus, he hadn't really had the time.
Mm-hmm.
And today, when he got his minutes, he put them in good. He made great decisions, great passes. He covered the lanes, played good defense. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Rude Diaz. It's your first game back, man. It's your first full game back. It's okay to not get a goal. It's okay, man. You did what you need to do. They were good runs. You'll get there. And plus, we got a game Wednesday and we got a game Saturday. We need you to rest up and be okay, man. We don't need anyone else getting hurt.
Yeah, you're gonna be fine. Don't you worry about it. But I mean, it is his job to be his biggest critic. So when he sits down on the bench, he starts staring at stuff.
And also Houston, I don't know if the number 17 is a fan of the Three Stooges, but he sure as hell pulled off a wonderful headbutt one teammate up to headbutting the other teammate, and very smooth motion of doing it all at once.
That white boy, when they had the shot like over the ref's shoulder at him or whatever, that white boy, he's starting to get a black eye, and he looked like when the kid from The Sandlot. When he grew up, he got apparently into trouble with the law, and there's a really good mug shot of him with like a black eye smiling during the mug shot, and that guy looked just like him, and that was.
So we had some predictions for subs that we thought were going to be coming in. We said Nuhu for Smith, and then Bruin for Diaz. We were right. Diaz did go off for Bruin. Bruin came in for Diaz. Always great to see. Always great to see Bruin get on the field.
He's such a strapping young lad.
He's a strapping young lad. Diaz obviously was upset they had to come off, but dude, you just came back from an injury. Please don't overdo it. We got a long season ahead of us still. We need you for the rest of the season. We don't need you going out with a real bad injury. And then, I mean, it was pretty good. Then, of course, like we said earlier, Morris came off for Nuhu.
Yeah.
Nuhu had some really good runs as well.
Man.
Good to see Nuhu on the field.
I like when he does that weird gallop thing.
Yeah.
Like before he touches the ball, you're like, what are you doing? Like, oh, he's fine.
And it's interesting because I feel like he wears his bright-ass yellow shoes on purpose. So then when he does the gallop thing, the other player's like, what the hell is that? And then they get confused. And he just is already like on the other side of the field with the ball.
Like something a spider would do.
Yeah.
So in the second half, we got to the point where a precipice, if you will, where I think we really could have, like, if we had put a second goal in at about 52 minutes, let's say.
Yeah.
If we had done that, or we had started really, really running up on Houston, I think we could have pushed them to just kind of like turtling and just kind of giving up. But Houston stuck with it.
They started to pressure really, really hard halfway through the second half. And it was almost like watching a tennis match of the ball going back and forth to end. And Houston, every time we would go for their goal, Houston would block it and turn it right back around and go for our goal. And their best chance came on a break, but Fry came up with a huge save. He went for that ball, and it was almost impressive to watch. He did this like sideways slide into the ball and his like fetal position cuddled the ball as soon as he got it.
I think definitely it was one of those ones where, like, if he had timed it poorly or if he had not played it exactly how he played it, it may have been a foul, may have been a PK, may have been a day ruiner.
Yeah, it could have been a red card for him, maybe.
Then they might have sent him back to I don't know, the garbage island in the Pacific. I don't know why I decided that's where he's from, but that's where he's from. They might have sent him back there. I think they might have deported everyone he knows and loves.
Yeah.
I think they might have deported us for mentioning this.
Yep.
But fortunately, everything went fine.
But then right before time went, Leardom did went for the ball, but it became a foul against a Houston player, and they got a free kick right outside the box. And Ladero and Ship made the tiniest ball.
The tiniest ball in the tiniest place for the tiniest.
They took the kick, and we blocked it, we took it out, and then there was like 4 of us on the ball at once. It could have went really bad for Houston, but they were able to recover it. But by that time, it was too late. And the game was over. The game was ours. It was an exciting game. We still have a few things to work on, but we're still, we worked through it. It wasn't as bad as it could have been. I am glad that Houston can't finish a lot of their chances.
There actually was. I wanted to point out. There was a bunch of bonehead plays on Houston's part. Like a bunch of just like I think there was an offside off of a corner.
Yep.
There was an offside off of a throw-in that might as well have been a corner.
Yep.
There's a few just straight up passing the ball out of bounds. Kind of stuff like that. Once again, good team, but definitely those gentlemen, and I wish them the best.
Houston looked like they were a team full of youngsters that were too excited to play the game, or making like young, excited mistakes.
We also started doing that thing that we were doing in those early games where we would just start being everywhere. It's kind of the thing that I had always asked for Christmas, but I tend not to be that good on the non-Christmas days. Yeah, we're like, the positions stop mattering. Like today, towards the end, Ladero decided that like nobody was pushing enough and that he was going to go play center forward and just like run the ball at the goal. And you know what? Great. Like if he is in like whirling dervish mode, then just send him through Tasmania. Let him live with Taz and his family. Let them go off and go crazy whenever they want and run through trees.
It is very surreal to like, at some point in the game, you're just like, why is he right there? Oh, shit, he's right there, too. Oh, they're way up there. I mean, our back line turns into the front line and vice versa, and like they're just everywhere. And I really think that helps. What you gonna do? Yeah, I mean, I think that's great because I feel like the teams that we play that we've done that with, you can tell their confusion and they're a little like flabbergasted that we're doing it. I could be wrong, but that's what it looks like to me.
Well, and also I'd like to point out that we're doing it with not that starting 11, not that like here's the A team. It's like, well, guess what? Our B team would be an A team, but our A team is to A team. So we got to, we got to A B up. Point is, we're universal donors,
right? I don't know what that letter is. Or I would have said
that's O.
Oh, is that
maybe
O?
Negative or positive or AB?
I can't remember. I don't even know which blood type I am.
One of them is fucked. One of them can help everyone, and one of them, you better find someone who is very much like you in your love of Game of Thrones or whatever, because they're either going to have your blood type or you're going to die. I had a last thing that I wanted to. One thing that I saw that I loved was there's a scuffle between Leardom and some guy in the corner, and it looked like Leardom was about to pull the guy's shirt over. It sounded like it was a fucking hockey game. And I would have loved to see. It doesn't make sense, but a TKO from Tokyo.
That would have been awesome.
Yeah.
So, in closing, great game, very exciting game. I like Houston as a team. I
hope they do good, but not as good as we do.
Yeah, exactly.
I hope they're the ones that put Portland in the ground.
So we got our next game is Wednesday night. We play against Orlando.
I'll take your word for it.
And then our following game after that will be
I'm not the research department.
And the next game after that will be Saturday. So we got a long week of game after game after game. Hopefully, we rest some of our players for Wednesday's game.
Yeah, because I'm not going in, man.
Yeah.
I went out.
Yeah, I can't
went
do
out,
it either.
Went out and kicked a ball over by Green Lake.
Yeah,
there's a turf field south of that, and I can still take a ball out of the air, make a move, and make a little bit of a run. But then I also got to have a little me time. Well, I kind of walk around like a pregnant woman, with my hands on my back,
yeah.
And I kind of like a little bit, watch a girls' softball game for a little bit because, I'm not tired and about to die. I just enjoy sports. Maybe I'm a creepy old man, not just out of shape and just trying not to hyperventilate.
You're not running until you feel like your teeth are bleeding.
I actually had it hurt in my lungs, but not like you've been very unhealthy for the last 25 years of your life. Yeah. But hey, way to go, champ! You really got air in and out of your lungs while moving with your feet and not managing to break yourself. Yeah, you dumb old bastard. But
back to the Scooby-Doo Olympics thing.
Yeah, totally. That was the point of this podcast in the first place.
I always pulled for Scooby-Doo's team.
Sure.
I feel like they were a little stacked though, because they had Captain Caveman.
Yeah.
That just makes it unfair.
Yeah, he can swing around.
However, Yogi had Grape Ape on his team though, and he had Huckleberry Hound.
Okay.
Oh, and by the way, the announcers for this were Snagglepuss and this wolf character. I don't think it's the Southern Wolf that turned into Huckleberry Hound, but a wolf character. But other than that, yes. Good game, and I guess we'll be back Wednesday.
Klaatu Verata Nikto.
Yes. Don't say that wrong.
Either it destroys everything or it saves you from being destroyed. I suppose it depends on, I don't know.
Or you go too far into the future.
Who the male lead is.
That's true too.
It really depends.
That's true.
Because, there's going to be Deadites or there's going to be a robot. And you got to get...
I'm trying to think of which one I'd rather have to deal with.
Oh.
Robot's not too bad.
He seemed like a good guy. He'd totally destroy your planet because you're a danger to the rest of
everything,
the intergalactic community or whatever.
Is it Gort or Mort?
Baskin Robbins fan club.
Is it Gort or Mort?
I think Gort.
Gort, yeah, he did his own thing though.
Mort's the to Bob's Burgers.
Oh, that's right.
Who owns the thing?
That's right.
Uh-huh.
Hey, let's just start a fire.
Yeah, let's go burn some shit.
Burn stuff.
That stuff that's got to burn. Disco Inferno.